average temperatures continued, and you know what that means. Summer is going to be here before you know it.
That's why it's time to start thinking about your summer flower bulbs now. Lisa Briggs is here from the Bruce Company to show us how to do just that. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Don't plant them outside.
No, and we're not talking, to be really clear, bulbs come in sort of two basic groups. You have the things that bloom in the spring, tulips, daffodils, snowdrops, the things that are coming up now. And then you have summer blooming bulbs, which are things like canna lilies, begonias, dahlias, that sort of thing. And those need to be stored over the winter, not left in ground. And now is a really good time to get them started. You get the best selection at the garden centers, and you can put them in pots and get them going, so you'll get their flowers earlier.
So you start them inside and then either leave them in the pot or put them in the ground.
Yes, either way, and then in the fall you'll dig them up and then store them. We can talk about that. So one of the things that I really like are these. This is a dahlia, which is a tuber. Basically, this thing is just a storage for energy. And this one's got a little bud. I love dinner plate dahlias. They're the ones that have the big, massive flowers. But a lot of times they don't flower till the end of August or September. So you want to get those started now. All those big cactus flowered ones. And basically you just need a pot that's big enough.
This pot's not big enough.
No, this pot's not big enough. And then you want to put this about 1.5 inches or 2 inches below the soil. And that's the case for most of these bulbs.
Now, if this one didn't have a bud on it, how would you know what the top of it is?
Sometimes you got to kind of watch to see if the tubers are at any angle. And you can see they're kind of down sloping. But dahlias, you'll often see buds on them. This, for instance, is an elephant ear. And this, I don't know, how do you tell? But these are the buds, these little pops here. One really good way to do this is before you pop them up is you can put these in paper bags and put them in a really warm place in your house. And give them a few days, check them every few days, and once you see the buds will start to pop in those warm, dark places, then you know right away where to plant them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You don't want to do them upside down.
No, these, unlike tulips, which, you know, pretty much will figure their way out, this is gonna not be very happy.
Well, that's a good trick.
All right, this guy.
This is Cannas, and again, you can see the buds. And if you had Cannas last year that you stored, and because Cannas, this canna by the end of summer will be this big.
Wow.
So this tuber will really grow. So what you can do is everywhere where you see like these little buds, you can cut this in pieces. And then you can get more bulbs that way. And cannas are really good with that. Same with dahlias. If you've got extra buds coming in here, you just cut this thing off. As long as they have a tuber and a bud, they're good to go.
That's great.
Quickly, what do we have here?
Okay, so these are begonias. And where all of these other bulbs are that you plant and put soil on top of them, this begonia is like a cup. And you just sort of sink that down into the soil on top. And when you water, you want to be really careful that you don't get water on the bulb. All of these guys will sprout faster and move along a little faster if they have bottom heat. So a heat mat, or if you want to put them on a radiator or up on top of your fridge until they actually come up, and then they're going to want sunlight.
And water them how often?
You're going to let the top surface of the soil dry out just like you would with a house plant now. It's the same thing. And then once the weather gets nice, you can move them outdoors for the day. And if it's going to get cold at night, you move them back in, out, until we get to the latter part of May, when you can go ahead and put them right outside.
And what are the little ones?
These are freesia. This is the only thing that looks like what you would consider a normal bulb, right? This one's crazy.
What is that?
What is that? Oh, wow, look at that.
It's like a rock.
But again, little bud.
Yeah, look for the buds.
Look for the buds.
Now's the time to plant.
Now's the time to plant them.
Lisa, thank you.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Lisa.
We'll be right back.